The UEFA Cup to the toast of the town.
This afternoon, it's Ipswich Football Club that are the toast of the town. A civic reception, a tribute to their achievement of winning the UEFA Cup, their first major European honour. And any doubts that this was going to be a low-key welcome home quickly dispelled when the first fans started arriving in front of the Corn Exchange at 8:30 this morning. And now that famous blue and white army out in force, an estimated 5,000, waiting for the arrival of the team and their first glimpse of the magnificent UEFA Cup. Well, in the next half hour, we'll be bringing you all the colour and atmosphere of this great carnival occasion for the town of Ipswich. A little bit of rain can't dampen the enthusiasm here, and what's really going to increase the party atmosphere is the expected announcement a bit later by Bobby Robson that he'll be staying on as manager of Ipswich Town, and so rejecting all the big money offers from clubs like Manchester United and Sunderland. We'll be talking to Robson a bit later. We'll also be talking to players like Franz Tyson and John Walk about their futures at the club. But before we discuss the future, let's talk about the past and the reasons for this great celebration this afternoon. Quite simply, it's been the best season ever for Ipswich Town Football Club. As late as last April, they were going for a unique Cup, League and European treble, and it was only on the very last Saturday of the season that their League Championship hopes finally disappeared. But it was in Europe that they really produced the kind of football that gave them the tag of the most attractive and exciting team in Britain at the moment. And that European trail started at Portman Road, Ipswich, back in September. The first round against Salonika, and the first hero, John Walk. That penalty was the first of a record goal-scoring run by the Scotsman. 3 were to follow in the very same game. The extraordinary achievement of a hat-trick of penalties helped Ipswich to a 5-1 win, and they were to get through this first round 6-4 on aggregate. Walk added 2 more in the second round against Bohemians of Prague, before being substituted by Kevin Beattie. Beattie, the hero of Portman Road, racked by injury for so long, raised the roof with his very first touch of the ball. Ipswich got through that one 3-2. Then the Polish side, Wicław Łódź, found Walk again in devastating form.
In goes Tyson. Walk! Walk's done it again. The call here with Mariner on the far post for the deep cross. There's Walk up there. Mariner here. Walk! Well picked up by Walk. And other players in support. Callahan there. Gates just inside him. But Callahan really eases his way past. And here's Mariner.
Walk hat-trick in a 5-0 win, and Ipswich were guaranteed a place in the quarter-finals. And it was there they produced one of the finest performances by a British team in Europe. Venue Saint Etienne in France, the goal scorer here, Paul Mariner, and Ipswich recovering from the shock of going an early goal down. They're about to humble one of the great sides of Europe. That brilliant goal by Muren made it 2-1. Then it's Mariner with the third. And that man Walk makes it 4 goals away from home. A brilliant tie-winning achievement. The players also realised what they'd accomplished. A place in the semi-finals was theirs for the taking, but this was to be the high point of the season. Within a month, their hopes of the spectacular Cup and League treble were beginning to fade. The burden of fixtures was clearly to blame, and when Ipswich travelled to Leeds for a midweek league match at the end of March, the Saint Etienne sparkle was missing. The goal here by Carl Harris sets up a 3-0 defeat, and title hopes were on the slide. European hopes were in doubt also. Alone were the semi-final opponents, and Ipswich could muster just 1 goal at home.
Russell Osman marking again so tight in that penalty area. Gates off his knee, a rare lapse of control, but he does well to get it wide for Mills. And there's Walk! The man with a magic touch is there again.
Another goal for Walk, but a slim lead to take to the second leg. Within a week there was more disappointment. The players troop off Villa Park after defeat in the FA Cup. Morale needed a quick lift before the UEFA semi-final. and Cologne proved just the place to cheer yourself up. Ipswich quickly forgot they were a team that had just lost the treble, and the next day in the Mungersdorfer Stadium they proved with Terry Butcher's goal they were now one of the great sides of Europe.
I can't believe it, you know. First time the club have got to the UEFA Cup final, first time we've been in the final, so, you know, glory all the way now.
There was certainly something glorious about the final. Outmar the opponents, Ipswich needing a convincing lead from this match at Portman Road.
Well beaten, number 3.
The perfect cup final performance from Ipswich. A 3-0 lead and the UEFA Cup was almost won. In the dressing room afterwards, congratulations by Bobby Robson for an outstanding performance from Franz Tyson. The second leg in Amsterdam, and away goals make certain. The first, once again, from Dutchman Franz Tyson. Another, inevitably from John Walk, his 14th, equaling Altafini's European scoring record. Defeat on the night, but a win on aggregate. And Ipswich Town lift the UEFA Cup. So the UEFA Cup, the magnificent trophy that we saw collected by Mick Mills in Amsterdam, now comes within sight of this marvellous crowd at the Cornhill for the first time. And Ipswich Town have come home with a European trophy. Not an easy trophy to pass around, but there it is in the hands of Mick Mills. And it's recognition surely that Ipswich Town are now a major power in European football. Tyson in the front row, and now it's a chance for Russell Osman to show it to the crowd. Well, the atmosphere in the last hour in the Corn Exchange area has been quite extraordinary as the photographers get their pictures from the top of the bus. It's really taken all of the last hour for the bus to make the relatively short journey from Portman Road. Now to the front of the bus, Bobby Robson. The great moment that the crowd have been waiting for. Onto the dais, manager Bobby Robson, along with his club captain Mick Mills, along also with the UEFA Cup. Cooper there, Alan Brazil, the great Franz Tyson. Down to the little man, Eric Gates. The other Dutchman, Arnold Buren. Kevin Beattie, always the crowd's really great favourite. Steve McCall, news today that he'd been called up by Ron Greenwood for the England under-21 party. That news coming just about half an hour ago. John Wall, the goal-scoring hero of the cup run, along with Paul Mariner. A day that the crowd, the players, the club and the town will remember for a very long time indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say thanks on behalf of the club for this wonderful civic reception. It's a great honour and we're very pleased about it and we respect it. We've had a fantastic season. Thanks for showing up. You've been fantastic and it's been marvellous. And we've won a very, very big cup, one of the biggest in Europe. And it's a
the cup, literally one of the biggest in Europe.
Paul Cooper, Franz Tyson, Alan Buren, Laurie Stivell, Kevin Beattie, Steve McCall, Mr. Bray, Kevin Steggles, Tommy Parkin, Terry Butcher, Russell Osman, Johnny Wall, and Paul Mariner. Not forgetting Bobby Ferguson, Georgie Burnley, and all my valuable staff. Thanks very much.
Well, at this point, no announcement about any future plans from Bobby Robson. But maybe in a few minutes' time, when Robson talks to Stuart Gerald, we'll hear a bit more about his plans. The crowd making it absolutely clear they want to hear a bit more from Robson, but just at this point the players will start going back into the formal civic reception side of events this afternoon. It won't be their last glimpse of the cup or the players, but as they do go back inside, let's join Stuart Gerald in the reception area, and he'll be trying to talk to some of the players and some of the personalities.
John Wall, the scoring sensation of Europe, 35 goals, 14 of them in Europe, holding that proud UEFA Cup.
Unbelievable. It's been a great day. The fans have been unbelievable. See, the weather was bad, but it still turned out in the thousands. It's been a great day, and they deserve it.
Everyone, of course, wants to know, John Walker, about your future. Are you staying?
Well, I very much hope so. I think there's a very good chance. Just waiting for a final talk from Mr. Robson, but I think I'll be an Ipswich coach for a few years yet.
Well, we're all glad to hear it. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Bobby Robson, manager of victorious Ipswich Town. The thing that's been in everybody's minds just lately is whether you're going to be staying with Ipswich next season or moving on. What's the news, Bob?
I don't think it's been in everybody's mind. It's been in mine and no doubt on the minds of one or two people around the club. But no, I am staying. I've made up my mind. It's been very difficult and a little torturous, but and I got myself a little unsettled. But no, I'm staying. I'm very happy about it. I've made up my mind. I mustn't look back. I can only look to the future. And I'm looking to obviously, complete and fulfil my contract and even maybe better the season we've just had, which I accept will be difficult.
So what's influenced your decision?
Well, it's not for obviously public consumption in many ways. 2 factors out of 7, if you like. One, I mean, obviously we have a very good team and we've worked hard to create it. It's in a position to share the top spoils of the game, I think. Why leave it? When it's taken so much of my life to put it there anyway. And I think I should stay with it and see what we can achieve. It's nice to win things. Today has proved that. 78 was unforgettable. And with the team we've got, we might, gain further on. I'd love to win the championship. That's something which I'd set my heart on this season. And I was a bit low when it was obviously at one stage towards the end there that it had gone. But it's another season. Shank says start again. So we're going to start again, eh?
And with more or less the same team?
That's right. Well, yes. I mean, obviously Franz Tyson is crucial in a sense. I've got to get a decision from him. And I think the other thing which, I feel is right for the game is that there seems to be at the moment a bit of instability in football when it needs to be very stable. And we have a stable situation at Ipswich. And I think it's really wrong in a sense that people who are with good clubs and who have got parts of contracts to run, Laurie McMenamin, if you like, has shown it in one sense. I've shown it in other years. And I'm showing again now, I think, that we ought not to move and that we ought to stay firm with the board that have supported us. And that was very much a deciding factor in my mind.
Good, Bob. I think you all deserve the champagne and strawberries.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Franz Tyson, the Football Writers Player of the Year. Friends, there's been a lot of talk about who's going to be staying at Ipswich next year and who's going to be going. You're one of the central figures, essential to the team. What's your decision?
My decision, I don't know yet. I'm really still thinking about it, and see Robson tomorrow morning. I have to make a choice between 2 countries, I think. And in one country, I think the money is better, but it's not always money what's important. And I think for the children and for me as a player, it's better to play in England. So I hope to see Robson tomorrow morning and see if we become a bit closer to each other.
It sounds a bit optimistic that you might be staying instead of going to Italy then.
I hope I'm staying because I enjoy it very much here, and after this reception, it's really great.
But it's all down to meeting the manager tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope we can sort it out really because I go on holiday next week and I don't want to go on holiday and don't know where I'm playing next year.
The fact that the manager has decided to stay, John Walk is virtually certain he'll stay. Does that influence your decision about whether you stay?
It does a little bit, yeah. It's always better for me, of course, when the boss stays. When he gets me to sign and he leaves next week, it's not good for me, of course, and not good for the club. But what I said, I hope everybody's staying.
And we hope you stay, friends. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Kevin Beattie, one of the heroes of the 1978 FA Cup final victory, been out in the wilderness a little bit because of injuries, but what do you think about this reception? Brings back memories of 78, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. It was really a good final game coming back. There might not have been so many people out there, but the reception was absolutely fantastic.
You've played a major part in some games this season, Kevin, notably the goal against Bohemians, but how have you felt with all the glory going to the rest of the lads while you've been out injured?
Yeah. Well, obviously I've been a little bit disappointed, because of the injuries and that, and especially the broken arm in the semi-final. But, as I say, I've been sort of in the background a little bit, but the lads have made me feel up with them. So I'm enjoying it as much as them.
You've always been the laugher, the joker, the inspiration behind a lot of the pranks as well, haven't you, to keep the spirits going?
That's right, yeah, well, you've got to keep them going, you know. You've got the likes of Franz and Arnold. It was a little bit quiet, but, you know, you got me in amongst them and Russell sort them out, definitely.
And what are your hopes for next season then, Kevin?
Well, I'm just be glad when I get this plaster off. That's the first thing. I've had one setback already this week. We got back Thursday. I was expecting to get the plaster off Friday, but I had it x-rayed again, and unfortunately I've got to have the plaster on for another 5 weeks. So, you know, it's 11 weeks, and I'll have to go with the boys to America. And, you know, I want to look a bit stupid there on the beach with a big plaster over your hand.
Let's have a look at it. Where is it? There's it's a big thing too, isn't it?
That is, yeah. It's a joke, isn't it?
But all being well, fit for next season?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I've got my fingers crossed.
Best of luck, Kevin. Thanks.
Pleasure.
So the perfect day for these marvellous fans. The sun has shone, nobody has fallen off these precarious vantage points. They've heard optimistic words about the futures of John Walk, Franz Tyson and Bobby Robson. We'll leave you with a last glimpse of the UEFA Cup, the moment that this crowd proclaimed their team toast of the town.